It's day two. Donald Trump is back in a New York courtroom battling a $250 million civil fraud lawsuit against him. The 45th president calls it a scam, alleging bias by the judge and election interference. Last week, Judge Engron found Trump liable for business fraud, citing exaggerations in assets. Trump's defense disputes the value of his assets, including his Mar-a-Lago resort, claiming it to be valued much higher than Judge Engron's valuation of it. The defense also argued for the dismissal of most of the case based on statute of limitations issues. There are 6 other claims made in the lawsuit, including insurance fraud and conspiracy. One America's Caitlin Sinclair is at the courthouse. Joins us now with the very latest. Caitlin, Trump once again spoke before entering the courthouse this morning. Now, he doesn't have to be there at all, but he is fighting for his name, his reputation. How has his approach been with this trial thus far?
Well, Alicia, he seemed to be in high spirits this morning as he entered the courthouse here behind me, spoke to reporters a few times today already. The former president said there was absolutely no fraud, again calling the AG's case here a scam against him, criticizing and insisting that his properties were worth more than she had said. So him and his legal team saying these numbers are subjective here. Overall, that has been their main argument. Now continuing his testimony on the witness stand today, Alicia, was former Trump accountant Donald Bender. He testified that the information that he used to compile Trump's financial statements came from the Trump organization, not him. Now, again, this case is civil, not criminal, but it does threaten the former president's business here in New York, and his voluntary appearances, you're right, underscore that he does view this as urgent.
So Trump, he's not getting a jury trial in this case. Reports claim his legal team did not request one, but they're pushing back on those claims. What happened?
Yeah, that's correct. So Mr. Trump's attorney, Alina Habba, actually addressed this misconception, is how she labeled it, Alicia. So she explained this case was filed under New York Executive Law 6312, which is a section of the law that is for consumer protection. So the Trump legal team is definitely pushing back against those claims. Again, his entire team labeling this as misconception, that they had the right or the opportunity to check off a certain box that we're told, again, from the legal team, that box did not exist.
All right, now the judge here, Judge Engron, has garnered concerns of potential bias. How has he handled the proceedings thus far? And is Trump getting a fair trial, or is it still early to tell in this case?
Well, that's definitely the million-dollar question so far, day 2 into this trial. We just had video resurface this morning of the judge discussing his ability to overrule a jury based on his own assertions and feelings about the case. So that video circulating on social media was quite troubling. Again, as we just mentioned, no jury in this case, but this is the kind of judge we're dealing with here. So I'm sure most of our viewers saw that video from inside the courtroom yesterday. This is a separate video where the judge was actually smiling, almost, Alicia, gloating for his moment in front of the cameras there while addressing the courtroom, begging the question, is this appropriate behavior for such a serious legal matter? I'm going to go out on a limb here and say probably not. So that was troubling as well. The former president, of course, expressing his take on the judge, saying this judge already made up his mind. He's a Democrat, and now the Trump team will have to spend months here in trial. The trial is expected to last until December 22nd. Alicia?
Oh, man, we got a long way to go, and today's only day 2. All right, Caitlin Sinclair live for us in New York. Thanks for that report today, Caitlin.
We'd like to welcome you to our new home for uncensored news and hard-hitting talk shows. If you're tired of cable companies and social media giants chipping away at your most basic and important right, freedom of speech, by shadow banning, demonetizing, censoring, and policing every single one of your posts, then One America News on Locals is just what you've been looking for. Finally, you'll have the freedom to express your point of view and stay connected with like-minded fellow patriots. And the best part is, OAN on Locals is only $5 a month. All of our credible, honest, unbiased reporting, ad-free talk shows, and exclusive content, all at the fraction of the cost of cable. So to watch, just click the join button to get the news you can't get anywhere else.